Have you ever found yourself walking into a room only to stand there and wonder what you came in for? Or maybe you found it harder to recall names, dates, or the little things you used to remember effortlessly. It's a common experience, especially as we age. But don't worry, this is not something to just accept as part of getting older. The good news is that there are simple, effective ways to keep your mind sharp and your memory intact. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 brain-boosting exercises you can start doing right now to help you stay sharp, even after the age of 70. Whether you're in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, these exercises are designed to be easy to incorporate into your routine, and they'll help keep your brain as fit as your body. The reason this topic is so important is that as we age, our brains go through changes. It's natural. But the good news is, our brains are also incredibly adaptable and capable of growth, even in our later years. This ability is known as neuroplasticity. In simple terms, it means your brain has the ability to reorganize itself, form new connections, and even grow new brain cells. So, just like you might exercise your body to stay strong, you can also exercise your brain to keep it in top shape. I'm sure you've heard of the saying, use it or lose it. When it comes to your brain, that couldn't be more true. The more you challenge your brain, the stronger it gets. And the best part is, these brain-boosting exercises are not only easy, but they can also be fun. Let's dive into the first one. The first exercise I want to share with you is all about mental flexibility. It's called switching between tasks, and it's as simple as it sounds. It's about training your brain to switch between tasks quickly and efficiently. You may have noticed that as you get older, it sometimes takes a little longer to shift your attention from one thing to another. This exercise is perfect for combating that. Start with something basic. For example, you can set a timer for 5 minutes and work on a simple task, like folding laundry or sorting through papers. When the timer goes off, switch to a completely different activity, maybe read a few pages of a book, solve a crossword puzzle, or even try some light math. The idea is to exercise your brain to rapidly adjust its focus. The more you practice this, the more your brain will become quicker and more adaptable when it comes to switching gears in daily life. The second brain-boosting exercise I recommend is something that taps into your creativity. It's called thinking in new ways. As we get older, it's easy to fall into a routine, doing the same things the same way every day. But here's the thing, your brain thrives on novelty and challenge. When you try new things, especially things that require creativity, your brain has to work harder, which strengthens those neural connections. So, how do you do this? Start by challenging yourself to think outside the box. If you normally take the same route when walking or driving, try taking a different path. If you're someone who loves to read, pick up a genre or an author you've never tried before. Or if you've always cooked the same meals, try a new recipe. Even simple changes like these will give your brain a workout. And if you really want to stretch your creative muscles, consider picking up a new hobby, whether it's painting, learning an instrument, or even photography. These types of activities require your brain to think in new and innovative ways, and they can be incredibly stimulating. And here's the best part, not only does it keep your brain engaged, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of learning something new and seeing your own improvement. Now, I know some of these might sound a little challenging, but the key is to keep it fun and not put too much pressure on yourself. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection. It's about giving your brain the opportunity to stretch and grow. So, we've talked about mental flexibility and thinking in new ways. Both of these are wonderful exercises for keeping your mind sharp. But the next exercise I want to share with you might be the simplest, yet most effective of them all, regular reading. And no, I'm not just talking about reading books, though that's certainly a great option. You can also read newspapers, magazines, articles, or even blogs on topics that interest you. Reading has a multitude of benefits for your brain. It engages your imagination, strengthens your ability to focus, and can even improve your vocabulary and comprehension skills. But more importantly, it keeps your brain engaged in a way that requires it to process information, form new ideas, and make connections between different concepts. Whether you're reading about history, science, or a good novel, the mental stimulation it provides is incredibly valuable. Plus, it can be a great way to relax and unwind. In fact, reading is one of the best ways to improve your cognitive health and protect against memory loss. Studies have shown that regular readers are less likely to experience cognitive decline in later years. So, if you haven't already made reading a regular habit, it's never too late to start. Even just 20 to 30 minutes a day can have a noticeable effect on your brain health. As we wrap up the first few exercises, I want you to remember this: none of these brain-boosting activities need to feel like a chore. In fact, the more enjoyable they are, the better results you'll see. Keep your brain active and engaged, and you'll be well on your way to staying sharp for many years to come. Now that we've covered mental flexibility, thinking in new ways, and the power of reading, let's take a look at a few more exercises that will keep you on your toes and help maintain your mental acuity. Stay with me as we explore how to take your brain exercises to the next level. I'll be right back with some more tips you can start using today. Welcome back. Now that we've touched on some really fun and easy ways to keep your brain engaged, let's continue with a couple more exercises that can really help keep your mind sharp. These next exercises are all about strengthening specific aspects of your brain function, things like memory, focus, and problem-solving skills. And I'm excited to share them with you because, just like the first ones, they're easy to fit into your daily routine. Let's start with an exercise that might surprise you: learning a new language. Yes, I know it sounds like a big task, but stick with me. Learning a new language isn't about becoming fluent overnight or memorizing every word. It's about challenging your brain in a new way, and the benefits are incredible. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I don't have time for that, or I'm too old to start something like that. But let me tell you, it's never too late to start. Studies have shown that learning a new language can improve memory, enhance problem-solving skills, and even help delay the onset of dementia. And the best part? You don't need to become fluent to reap the rewards. You could start by learning a few basic phrases in a language that interests you. There are plenty of apps out there that can help you with this, or you could pick up a language book or take a class at your local community center. The idea is to engage your brain in a new way, something that's completely different from your usual routine. And remember, learning a new language doesn't have to be daunting. Start small and build up over time. Even just learning 5 new words a day can make a huge difference. As you get more comfortable, try practicing with a friend or even with an online community. You'd be amazed at how much progress you can make, and your brain will thank you for the challenge. Now, let's move on to an exercise that's perfect for anyone who wants to give their memory a little extra boost. This exercise is called memory games, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You can use memory games in a variety of ways, and they're a fantastic way to keep your brain sharp. Here's how to get started. The next time you're sitting down with a cup of tea or coffee, grab a deck of cards or a puzzle game. Try to match pairs of cards, or if you're working on a puzzle, focus on putting pieces together without looking at the picture. This might sound simple, but it works wonders for improving your short-term memory and your ability to recall information. There are plenty of memory games you can find online as well. Apps that challenge you to remember sequences or identify patterns are great tools for working your brain. It's a fun way to train your brain to recall information faster, and it can even help with your concentration and focus. If you want to take this exercise up a notch, try doing memory games with a bit of a twist. For instance, if you're trying to remember a list of items, instead of memorizing them one by one, challenge yourself to remember the list in a specific order or category. The extra layer of complexity will make your brain work harder, which ultimately strengthens your memory and cognitive abilities. But what if memory games feel like too much of a challenge? That's okay, too. You can start with simple exercises and gradually increase the difficulty as you get more comfortable. The key is to keep your brain engaged and work on improving your recall, one step at a time. Now, let's talk about something that goes hand in hand with memory: problem-solving exercises. These exercises are fantastic because they challenge your brain to think critically and find solutions. You'd be amazed at how much problem-solving can help keep your mind sharp. And the great news is, there are plenty of ways to get started with problem solving, and you don't have to be a puzzle expert to see the benefits. One of the best ways to exercise your brain this way is by tackling logic puzzles. These can be anything from Sudoku to riddles, crosswords, or even simple brain teasers you find online. The beauty of problem-solving exercises is that they push your brain to think creatively and make connections between different pieces of information. For example, when you solve a Sudoku puzzle, you're not just filling in numbers, you're engaging your brain in a process of elimination, reasoning, and memory. This strengthens the part of your brain that's responsible for working through problems, which can help you improve your decision-making and problem-solving abilities in daily life. Whether you're working on a puzzle for 5 minutes or an hour, you're giving your brain a fantastic workout. And if you want to challenge yourself even further, try learning a new skill that requires problem solving. This could be anything from learning to knit or sew, to tackling DIY projects around the house. These activities all require a certain level of problem solving, and the best part is, you're creating something with your own hands while keeping your mind sharp at the same time. The beauty of problem solving exercises is that they're so versatile. Whether you're working on puzzles, tackling new hobbies, or solving everyday challenges, your brain benefits from the mental workout. The more you challenge yourself to think critically, the stronger your cognitive abilities will become. So far, we've covered learning a new language, memory games, and problem-solving exercises. All of these activities are simple, yet incredibly effective for keeping your brain engaged and improving mental acuity. The great part is, they're activities you can easily integrate into your daily routine, no matter your age. But we're not done yet. In the next part, I'll share 2 more brain-boosting exercises that will keep you sharp and help you stay at the top of your game. So stay tuned, and let's keep this momentum going. Alright, we've already covered some wonderful exercises to help keep your brain sharp, and now, let's dive into the last 2 activities that will help you stay mentally agile as you age. These exercises are just as enjoyable and easy to add to your daily routine, and I'm confident they'll make a big difference in how you feel every day. Let's start with mindful movement. Now, you might be wondering, what does movement have to do with keeping my brain sharp? The answer is quite a bit. You see, when we move our bodies, we're not just keeping our muscles active, we're also improving blood flow to the brain, which is crucial for cognitive health. Regular physical activity boosts the production of new brain cells and encourages the release of chemicals that protect and enhance brain function. The key to mindful movement is choosing exercises that get you moving but also allow you to stay focused and present in the moment. Think of things like yoga, tai chi, or even a gentle walk in nature. The beauty of these activities is that they combine physical exercise with mental focus. For instance, yoga encourages you to breathe deeply and pay attention to your body's movements, while Tai Chi involves slow, deliberate movements that require concentration and balance. These exercises help to reduce stress, improve memory, and even enhance your mood, which all contribute to overall cognitive well-being. Plus, the sense of calm you feel after a session of yoga or Tai Chi can help you approach the day with a clear and sharp mind. If you've never tried something like yoga before, there are tons of online classes, and many local community centers offer beginner-friendly classes. Don't be intimidated if you're new to it. Start small, take it at your own pace, and see how your mind and body respond. And even if yoga or Tai Chi aren't your thing, you can always take a short walk around your neighborhood, paying attention to the sights and sounds around you. A walk isn't just great for your body, it's an opportunity to practice mindfulness, which helps you stay mentally present and grounded. It's amazing how something as simple as a walk, when done mindfully, can have a positive impact on your mental clarity and overall brain health. Now, the final brain-boosting exercise I want to share with you is one that's probably more fun than you realize: creative hobbies. Engaging in creative activities, whether it's painting, writing, gardening, or even playing a musical instrument, is one of the best ways to keep your brain active. Creative hobbies encourage you to think outside the box, use your imagination, and problem solve in ways that don't come naturally in other areas of life. Let's take painting, for example. When you paint, you have to think about things like color, texture, and composition. You may also need to problem solve when a design isn't turning out the way you imagined. All of this helps exercise the parts of your brain responsible for visual processing, spatial awareness, and creativity. And the great news is, you don't have to be a professional artist to enjoy the benefits. Whether it's creating a simple landscape or experimenting with abstract designs, just the act of creating can keep your mind sharp and engaged. The same goes for writing. You don't have to write a novel or even a poem, but journaling or writing short stories can be an excellent exercise for your brain. Writing requires you to recall information, organize your thoughts, and put them down on paper. It also stimulates the creative areas of your brain, and it's a fantastic way to work on both your memory and cognitive function. Plus, it can be a great way to express your feelings, which can improve your emotional well-being as well. And let's not forget about music. Playing an instrument or even singing can provide amazing brain benefits. It's a great way to improve memory, concentration, and coordination. When you play music, your brain has to process multiple things at once, reading notes, remembering melodies, and coordinating movements. If you've ever played an instrument in your life, you know how rewarding it can be to create music, and if you haven't, it's never too late to pick up a new hobby. Many community centers offer music classes for seniors, and there are plenty of online tutorials to get started. The best part about creative hobbies is that they can be whatever you want them to be. Whether you're knitting, gardening, painting, or playing an instrument, you're giving your brain a mental workout while also having fun. And the sense of accomplishment you feel when you complete a project, no matter how big or small, is incredibly fulfilling. So now, let's quickly recap the 5 brain-boosting exercises we've talked about so far. First, we discussed how learning a new language can improve your memory and cognitive function. Then, we explored memory games, which are a great way to keep your short-term memory sharp. After that, we talked about problem-solving exercises like puzzles and logic games, which challenge your brain to think critically and creatively. Then, we moved on to mindful movement, like yoga or Tai Chi, which helps improve circulation and cognitive function through physical activity. And lastly, we discussed the incredible benefits of creative hobbies, which keep your brain engaged while you express yourself. Each of these exercises is simple and enjoyable to do, and they can easily fit into your daily routine. Whether you're spending 5 minutes or an hour on any of these activities, you're giving your brain the workout it needs to stay sharp. And remember, you don't have to do everything at once, just pick 1 or 2 exercises to start with and build from there. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little reminder: it's never too late to start. You don't have to be in your 20s or 30s to experience the benefits of keeping your brain sharp. Every single day is an opportunity to challenge yourself, learn something new, and grow in ways you never thought possible. I hope you feel inspired and motivated to add some of these exercises into your routine. Your brain is just like any other muscle; it needs exercise to stay strong. The more you engage it, the more you'll notice improvements in your memory, focus, and problem-solving abilities. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to keep our brains sharp. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know which brain-boosting exercises you're most excited to try, or if you already do any of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, no matter how old we are, we can all keep growing, learning, and improving. Here's to living a sharp, healthy, and happy life, no matter what age we are. Stay curious, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay sharp.